What's happening, family? It's Cat Sports again, back for another afternoon with my people. Now, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're a group of people who just love to talk boxing, and we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a podcast. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. That's all. Miss Cass, #JBT, the Boxing Menu Podcast Plus, Showtime the Guy, PASS, from St. Louis, Missouri. Salute to everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cat Sports, the Box Storia. This is the Tuesday afternoon edition. Excuse me. How's everybody doing this Tuesday afternoon? Still at the beginning of another week. Still got that Devin Ryan fight fresh in our mind. I know it's still fresh on mine. I'm still enjoying it. You know, like I was saying yesterday, the reason so many people happy to see Devin lose is because they're ill. You know, his mouth, his arrogance, his lying all the time. You know, so I know I was happy to see him take, and the fans, some of those Devin fans. You know, but this is my second day of going through making my appearance on these regular channels this morning, and I'm still not seeing a lot of those names. I guess they former Devin fans now. And the LDBC, some of them guys act like I thought they were a couple of them was gonna cry, man. Now they looking so sad. But anyway, today is gonna be about a little about Bareknuckles Boxing. Okay, we're gonna go back and look at some Bareknuckles Boxing back in the 19th century, 1800s, you know, and then we're gonna fast forward to today and look at that Bareknuckles Fighting Championship, because that's about the biggest and most popular Bareknuckles organization from today, the BKFC, and look at some of their top fighters. Okay, that's what we're doing today. And then tomorrow, don't forget, this is the Pro Box Week. Jory Faints, #JBT in the building. Salute Jory Faints. This is the Pro Box Week tomorrow, remember? And what we're going to be doing tomorrow, it's time for me to go through the champions and the rankings again. I did it for the women last week, remember? I'm going to go through all 17 men's weight classes and just all the champions and take a look at the ranking. I do that every 6 months or so. It's about time again. And Thursday is panel day, remember? Drop the link early in the show and chop it on up. So chop it on down. Whatever y'all want to do. It's panel day. I need some people to come up and chop it up with me now. And then Thursday is Thursday. Friday is profile day, and it's going to be Marvelous Marvin Hagler this week. Doing the Four Kings. He'll be the third one. Ed Hearns and Roberto Duran. And Hagler's this week, and then Sugar Ray's next week. Yep. And who's fighting this weekend, by the way? Yeah. I haven't even looked at that. I know we got the Monster coming up. Let's take a look at the schedule right quick. I haven't did that in a while. I'll be waiting for 2:30, a few more people to come in. See what's happening. This weekend, what is this, the 27th? Yeah, I'm still enjoying that performance by Ryan's King Rye. Okay, Saturday, we got a call out of Fresno, California. Jose Ramirez. I don't like him anymore. I lost money to my wife when Josh Taylor beat him. So Jose, I hope you get your butt whipped. Come on, Francis Bartholomew, get him. Jose Ramirez is headlining the card against Francis Bartholomew. Virgil Ortiz Jr. back in there against Thomas Dulorme. Virgil had a quick turnaround because he only had, one round? Not even a whole round. Then he get the guy out there in the first round with Tony Weeks stopped. Oscar and them guys put the guy in there with aneurysm or something, remember? Yeah. Boxing Mania Podcast Plus. Yeah, people related to Marvin Hagler down the line, no doubt. Yeah, so Virgil is back in there. Because he didn't even go a whole round his last fight against Thomas Dulorme. That sounds like a pretty good card. Yeah. Got a card out of the UK, sir. It's always a card out of the UK. Always. That's a big card, too, 9 fights. And then this next Saturday, not this one, the one after this one is Canelo. Cinco de Mayo. Remember coming up? Him and Jaime. Everybody wanted David Benavidez, but we didn't get him. Canelo and Jaime. Pretty good card, though. Brandon Figueroa, Jesse Magdaleno still fighting. What is he, about 60? Mario Barrios and Fabian Andres. Mantis Stanionis, Gabriel Meister. It would have been nice if it would have been Barrios and Stanionis, right? Mike Mason in the building. Salute, Mike. We're welcome to Cast Sports. Today is going to be Bare Knuckles. A little show on Bare Knuckles. Then and now, we're going to look at some guys from the 19th century, 1800s, and then we're going to fast forward and look at some guys from the Bare Knuckles Fighting Championship organization, because that's the biggest and most popular Bare Knuckles organization today. Now, the guys, you have to be a little touched in the head to do that Bare Knuckles. Now, the guys back in the 1800s, that's all they had. They hadn't started invented glove boxing yet, so that's all they do was Bare Knuckles. But these guys now got to be touched in the head a little, because you got the gloves available. They still rather do the Bare Knuckles, so a little off. You can't show them a 6-pack. I've seen them and face to face, get the final instructions before the fight even start. Eye all busted up, jaw sticking a mile out from the last fight, and get ready to start another fight in that condition, man. You just got to be crazy to do that Bare Knuckles. Yeah. But salute to Mike Mason in the building. And that's a pretty good card, though. The Canelo Jaime Munguia card. Yeah. And then we got the Monster 2 weeks from today, as a matter of fact. Monster fights on Tuesday, May 6th. He got his little brother on the card. That's a good move. You're going to be a lot of eyes on Monster's card, so he put his little brother on there and get some attention to him. Salute, Ace. Ace in the building today. Good to see you, Ace. We're going to be doing Bare Knuckles today. I was just going over the what's coming up real quick. Wait till about 5 or 10 more minutes, let a few more people come in. But yeah, we got a few good cards coming up. The Canelo card is next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday. And 2 weeks from today, we got the monster. You know, he fights on Tuesday mornings over there in Japan. You got to get up for that, 3, 4 in the morning, I guess. Yeah. And he's taking on Louis Neary, putting his undisputed on the line. His little brother's on the card. He has the bantamweight, the WBA, one of the belts that Monster dropped. Little brother picked that up. He's going against Sho Ishida. You know this is in Tokyo. Monster don't fight anywhere else. You know that. One of the Maloney brothers, I believe it's Jason. That's the title, bantamweight. Yeah, he's fighting Yoshiki Takai. Yeah, Jason Maloney for Jason's WBO bantamweight. And see, I don't understand. Monster's little brother Takuma has the WBA bantamweight. Jason Maloney has the WBO bantamweight. They both on the card. Why aren't they fighting each other to unify? Both fighting other people. I don't get it, man. Why not just fight each other and unify? Because you know why, don't you? The sanctioning bodies, well, I don't know. But they would still get the same amount of sanctioning fees if one had them or if two had them. But I don't know. I just don't know why. They both on the card. Unify the titles, man. I just don't get it. This era, man. Just satisfied sharing the championship. You know, back in the day, guys didn't go for that. You come in my division with a belt, I want that. We got to fight. Give me that belt. But nowadays, they just content to share the championship. I mean, both guys on that card, they both got belts in the same division, but they fighting two different people. It's just crazy. That's just the era we're in. Mike Grimm in the building. Salute Mike Grimm. Welcome to another episode of Cast Sports, the Box Historian. Today, Bareknuckles Boxing. We're going to look at then and now. We're going to start out talking about some guys that fought back in the 19th century, 1800, and then we're going to fast forward and talk about Bareknuckles today. Primarily the Bareknuckles Fighting Championship, or BKFC. That's the big one nowadays. They based out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Yeah. They've been going since, I think, about 2018. Yeah. That's what we're doing today. We're going to start in about 5 minutes. Time is a fly. Yeah. But salute Mike Grimm. I was just going over the schedule, see what we got coming up. Yeah. The Canelo card is next Saturday. This is the Pro Box week, too. We got Jose Ramirez this weekend and Ransom Bartholomew. I hope Jose lost. He lost me my money. My wife beat me. Then I got to hear I don't know nothing about boxing. You know. Well, I hate you, Jose. I hope my Ransom beat the brakes off of you. And then May 11th, we are boxing. We just got cards lined up back to back. Okay, May 11th, after the Canelo week, we got Canelo and Monster week. We got Lomachenko and George Kambosos over there in Australia. They finally got Loma to Australia. remember before Devin got the fight, it was supposed to be Loma and Kambosos in Australia, but Loma went to the war, remember? But now he finally getting to Australia. What is it, like 2 years later? Mm-hmm. I didn't even know that fight was in Australia. But yeah, Perth, Australia. 2 weeks. I'm sorry. Oh, then the other Maloney brothers on that card. He's going for a title. Carlos Cardras. Mm-hmm. Nina Hughes. Oh, Shanika Johnson. Hey, pay attention to that. That girl is going to be nice. She's on that card. She's going for a title. Okay. Yep. Yeah, she's going up against Nina Hughes. For Nina Hughes is bantamweight, WBA. Shanika Johnson, yeah. That girl. That's on May 11th. I ain't gonna miss the ESPN too, yeah. Going for her first title. Of course, we got a card from the UK. Jessica McCaskill going up against Lauren Price. McCaskill's putting her welterweight. Call herself Caskilla. We got 3 cards that day. Eduardo Hernandez. Mm-hmm. Erica Cruz. And then remember, May 18th, 3 weeks from Saturday is the big one. The big heavyweight the big heavyweight showdown between Tyson and I was going to say between Tyson and Fury, between Tyson Fury, and Alexander Usyk. BVO Boxing TV, salute, bro. Appreciate you for supporting BVO. Couldn't do it without the fire supporters in this JBT organization. People like BVO, Mike Grimm, Ace, Mike Mason, Joey Franks, #JBT, Showtime the Guy, PASS, the Boxing Mania Podcast, and Miss Cass. Couldn't do it without people like y'all, man. And welcome, BVO Boxing TV. Yeah, we got the cards lined up, man. As a boxing fan, it is going to be a good summer. I ain't even got to the face of boxing yet in June. We still in May. You know, the big heavyweight showdown in Saudi Arabia, that's a good card, too. Let me see what they got, because that's a good card. Let me see if they got the full card on. Of course, Fury and Usyk gets the headline. They got, put the whole card, they just put the headline. But I heard it was a pretty good card. And then after that, we got Emmanuel Navarrete and Daniel Hervichenko. Making WBO. Okay, so Navarrete moved up to 135. Okay. Yeah. Then, of course, it's a card from the UK. Always a card from the UK every week. But it's Josh Taylor's finally giving Jack Catterall his rematch. But guess what? It's not for Undisputed. They cheated the man out of Undisputed. Remember, Jack Catterall beat Josh Taylor and gave it to Josh? And that's big because that man may never get another Undisputed fight in his life. And he had it. I would have been talking about him yesterday. Remember when I did the Undisputed? Jack Catterall should have been on that list. But they cheated him. And you know, Undisputed don't come along every day. Like I said, he could fight 10 more years and never get another Undisputed fight. It's hard to get that. We talked about it yesterday, remember? About 4-belt era was spread out like that. That man won an Undisputed fight and the judges robbed him. Okay, about 5 minutes. Christian Billy is fighting May 25th. I tell you, man, we are just, we are in good shape as boxing fans. Real quick, June, I'm trying to get up to the face of boxing. Okay. Yeah, but they just lined up, man, I tell you. Raymond Ford against Nick Ball, title fight. That's in May, around the 25th, I believe. Week after week. June 1st, Nate Diaz, Jorge Masvidal. June 15th, we got Subaru Matias, Liam Perro. That's the same day as Tank and Frank Martin. Wow. Those are two big cards on the same day. Subaru Matias and Perro is on the zone, and Tank and Frank is pay-per-view on Amazon Prime. Wow. David Benavidez on there. It's Alexander something. I'm not even going to butcher that man's name. Teofimo and Steve Clackett. Now, who is Steve Clackett? Teofimo should be ashamed of himself. All the trash he talk, he gonna fight somebody named Steve Clackett. At least Ryan and Devin got in there with each other. You got to give them both credit for that. Teofimo's fighting Steve Clackett. What in the world is Steve Clackett? I never heard of him. And I call myself a hardcore boxing fan. Never heard of no Steve Clackett, though. After Teofimo going there and had a very impressive performance against Josh Taylor, he steps back and fights Steve Clackett. Remo hashtag Let's Talk Fast, hashtag JBT in the building. Isn't that something, man? All that nonsense Teofimo talks and a good performance he had against Josh Taylor. Now you're going to fight Steve Clackett. Come on, Teofimo. Who is Steve Clackett? What is he, black, white, Korean, Mexican? I don't know nothing about the man. Is he Orthodox or Southpaw? Let's get ready to go. We're going to be talking about Bareknuckles Boxing today. we're going to start out talking about some of the old guys from back in the day, right? 1800s, 19th century. And then we're going to fast forward and talk about some of the guys today, primarily from the BKFC, because that's the big Bare Knuckles organization nowadays, you know, Bare Knuckles Fighting Championship. Yeah, we're going to talk about them and some of their top fighters. About 7 or 8 of them. Yeah. But I appreciate everybody rocking with me this Tuesday. Oh, wrong phone. Boxing Scene. I give it say somebody named Boxing Scene, but that's the publication. Yeah. That's what we're doing today. Bare Knuckles. And tomorrow is we're gonna go through the rankings and stuff. It's time for that again. I do it about every 6 to 8 months. Look at I did it for the women last week, but we're gonna look at all the men's champions and the rankings for all 17 weight divisions. And then Thursday is the panel day. Link goes in early. Need people to come on up and chop it up with me. Whatever you want to talk about, you know, boxing, the weather, you know, Tia Fremo and Steve Claggett, Devin and Ryan. Yeah, we got plenty to talk about. That's Thursday. Link panel day. Got the link about 2:45, 3 o'clock, and we just go at it. I'm just gonna sit back and chill. Okay, hope old school in here. You can go. I know BVO Boxing TV probably be in here. Chop it up. And Friday is the profile day. Remember, Friday is Marvelous Marvin Hagler. So you know who's next week because there's only one 4 King left. We did Hearns, Duran, Hagler's Friday, so Sugar Ray next week. And the E-Class that made a request for one on Salvador Sanchez, I was going to do that the week after Sugar Ray when the 4 Kings in. Salvador Sanchez. I haven't seen him since that day, but I'll tell him they're popping. So let's get ready to do this. Bare Knuckles Boxing. That's what it is today. Okay. I'm going to drop this down. Some. That's too much. I can barely hear it. Let me see. That's good enough. That's too loud. Okay. Come to the top. I gotta slide this. Always got a slide display for you. Where's the top at? Oh yeah. The top should be that thumbnail. Wow, I didn't know I had that many. There we go. Okay. Bare Knuckles Boxing. What we doing today? I've done it before, but today is a little different. Yes, last time was just a history. Today we're gonna look into it and talk about some of the guys that participate in it, you know? Yeah. Let me see, Cass. Okay, I'm not paying attention. Boot System got announced against Crowley. Cody Crowley, what? Okay, Remo. That's gonna be a slaughter. Ace says, Cass, I feel like it's easy for Devin to get back on top. All he had to do is beat Tio. Yeah, you're right, Ace. But Tio fighting somebody named Steve Crowley. Yeah, that's all he got to do. Yeah. Get a big name up under his belt. Yeah. He only got one loss. I don't know why these people put so much emphasis on that oath. You know, one loss does not end it for you. All you got to do is get a big name up under his belt. He's right back up there. That's all. You were right, 100% right, Ace. No doubt. That's all. Remo says he would love a list of the best of New York. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, Remo. Let me write it down. New York-born fighters. That's what I asked for ideas. Okay. I'll work that in there. Top New York-born fighters. Thank you, Remo. All right. All time. top New York born fighters. Okay, that is a good one. Look for that next week. Top New York born fighters. Okay. Anybody else got any ideas? Don't hesitate to tell me. But yeah, Ace, that is so true. One loss don't end your career. Devin is what, 25? Oh, he'll bounce back. Yeah, no doubt. I just hope it humble Bill a little bit. You know, that's all. Okay, where am I? Oh, JBT Network in the building. Salute, Jay. JBT Network. Everybody subscribe to that JBT Network if you haven't. By your organization. Group of people who just love to talk boxing, that's all. Okay. Stay with me for 1 second, please. Okay, we're gonna start in like a minute. Okay, listen to the music for a second, or if you would just rather me sing, put it in the chat. Just turn the music off and sing. Miss Cass probably got hell no with it. Okay. Everybody subscribe to that JBT Network, though. I'm putting it in there for you, so you can just hit that and go to it. Whoever's not subscribed, can subscribe right now, then come on back and hear about the Bareknuckles Boxing. I'm going to take you 1 second. JBT Network. There it is right there. Hit that and go subscribe and come on back. If you're not, everybody here probably subscribe. Okay. Let me take a drink of my juice. Drinking lime Everfresh today. I was making some noise on that one. It's good. Excuse me. Okay, Bareknuckles Boxing. Now, excuse me. Ray Patterson in the building. Ray Patterson straight out of New Jersey. What's happening? Welcome to another episode of Cass Sports. Ray Patterson. You're just in time. Lon Lee will be here in a minute. He's just getting off work. As soon as he gets caught by a red light, he'll check in. But salute Ray Patterson. Now, prior to the introduction of the famous Queensberry Rules, which came about in 1867, it can be argued that boxing was a much more dangerous sport. Okay? Before those Queensberry Rules came in and eliminated a whole bunch of nonsense. Now, the number of rounds in a fight was limitless before the Queensberry Rules brought it down to 15. And the fight would continue until someone couldn't continue, right? That was the size of it. The fight would continue until one of the fighters couldn't continue. I remember, I think it was Joe Gantz and somebody was fighting, and in the 34th round, Joe Gantz broke his arm. And then he fought 8 more rounds and stopped the guy in the 42nd round. He fought the last 8 with a broken arm. So before the Queensberry Rules brought it to 15, a fight would continue until one of the fighters couldn't continue. Okay? And wrestling moves were allowed. Yep. Kicking, gouging, holding, everything. Now, boxing gloves were used in training, sparring and stuff, but most fights were bare knuckles, right? Bare knuckles. Now, you know anything about bare knuckles? I know you heard of Jim Mace, okay? famous bare knuckle boxer. Okay, and he's regarded as one of the best of all time. And he was an important ambassador for the sport also. He used his fame to help gain acceptance when he came up with the Queensberry Rules in 1867. And like I was saying, the Queensberry Rules emphasized the well-being of the fighters, okay? And Jim Mace also pioneered new methods of crowd control at fights, limiting the outbreak of riots that were commonplace during that period, man, because shoot, it wasn't nothing like people to just jump on up into the ring and start fighting with the fighters. If your man, you had a bet or something, your man losing, or the referee make a bad call or something, it wasn't nothing for 10, 15 people just jump in the ring and get it on, man. Yeah, that's how it was in that era. You can imagine judges like we got now back then. Some of them judges probably would get killed. Imagine them doing something like they did in the Honor Barbosa fight back then. How they wouldn't be able to get out of that place. Yeah. So Jim Mace came up with ways to limit riots and with different methods of crowd control back then because it was very needed. And he championed new payment methods for fighters because he put it into the winner take all. Because that was dangerous. And he allowed for both fighters to get paid for their work they put in. Because that winner take all made it even more dangerous because you could do all that wrestling moves, kicking, gouging, all that stuff, and only the winner gonna get paid. So you can imagine what somebody would do to get their man out of there. So Jim Mace ended that system. And he made it so both fighters would get paid for the fight, okay? That was a big move there. Yeah. And perhaps the most important legacy of Jim Mace, of his career, was his stance on equality, okay? He was one of the few people in that era fighting for the rights of black boxing, okay? It was largely due to his efforts that there was opportunities for non-white fighters in that period, primarily because of Jim Mace, okay? And black fighters got opportunities in boxing long before any other sport, okay? But a lot of that was largely due to this guy named Jim Mace. Oh, shoot. There was something I had to do. Yes. Bear with me again. I don't have my stuff together, but I will get it together in 2 minutes. Man. Yes. Oh my goodness. I done messed up bad. Bear with me though, but it's coming. I got it. I didn't even have it. But hang on. Now I gotta get it up. I used to do this before I get started. It's okay. We're gonna talk about some of the guys that competed in the bare knuckles era back in the 19th century. Then we're gonna fast forward to now. Okay, but we're gonna talk about back there first, since that came first. Some of the top fighters, a group of them. Yeah. But how's everybody doing this Tuesday? Lonnie Lee got here yet? No, I don't see him. He must be doing some overtime today. Everybody subscribe to that JBT network, please. We need the subscriptions. It's a fire group. We're giving this good content all day long. Still early in the day. Bear with me for a second. I should have had this done before I even started. No wonder I finished so early. I didn't do everything. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, this is the Pro Box week too. Yeah. And here we go. I got it. Today is April 23rd, right? Here we go. Anybody come in before I get started? Nope. All right, now we're gonna look at some of these guys that competed back in those days. Okay, and the first one is Jim Belcher. There was a lot of guys named Jim back then. What was up with that? Jim Belcher. That's him. That's the only picture I could find of Jim Belcher. It was hard finding pictures of these guys, but I got most of them. Because, you know, back then, sometimes they didn't have a photographer at the fights. Sometimes they couldn't get a photographer at the fights. They would have actually an artist there drawing, you know? Yep, they would actually have a person there drawing as the fight went along. You'll see in some of these pictures. Now that's Jim Belcher there. He fought from 1800 to 1803. 3 years during that period, okay? Now, he was the first bare knuckles champion of the 19th century, okay? He was a talented young fighter. Grandson of Jack Slack of the previous century, bare knuckles fighter from the 18th century. I have never been back that far. Now he held the title for 3 years because he lost sight in one eye playing rackets. He didn't get it from fighting. He lost the sight from playing rackets. Ain't that something? You thought I was going to say he lost sight in one eye from bare knuckles fighting. Nope, playing rackets. Next guy is it just got a real short profile of these guys. That's all. Henry Hen Pierce. That's Henry Hen right there. Now see how that is a drawing. Yeah. Henry Hen Pierce. He fought from 1804 to 1806. Bruce Gas Boxing, Jazz, and more in the building. Salute, Bruce Gas. Bruce, today we're talking about bare knuckles. Looking at some guys from the 19th century. Then we're going to fast forward and talk about some guys from the BKFC, or Bare Knuckles Fighting Championship. That's the main, most well-known organization of bare knuckles today. The salute to Bruce Gas Boxing, Jazz, and more in the building. Okay. Now, we are talking about Henry. His nickname was the Hen Pierce. Henry the Hen Pierce. Okay, there you go. 2 years, 1804 to 1806, he competed. Now, these guys in these bare knuckles didn't have long careers, man, and that's self-explanatory, you know. Now, these guys back then, boxing gloves hadn't started yet, so, you know. But nowadays, I just think these guys crazy because you got the option of gloves and they still want to go in there bare knuckles. So at least the guys back then didn't even have gloves yet. So I give them a little bit of prop, a little bit of slack. Yeah. Now Henry Pierce fought 2 years, 1804, 1806. Like I said, you'll see as I go through, they didn't have long careers in that sport. Now Henry Pierce was known as the Game Chicken as a result of both his name and his legendary courage that was likened to that of a fighting cock in the pit. He was forced to retire early when a turbulent marriage forced him to develop a problem with alcohol. And see, all these guys retiring early, you would think it was because of the sport, but it was other things. Like the other guy retired, lost sight in one eye playing rackets. He retired because he turned into an alcoholic because of a turbulent marriage. Wow. Next guy is John Gully. Very short profile. I won't bore you, I promise. You'll enjoy it. And welcome, everybody. There's Lonnie Lee. I told you Lonnie Lee was coming. He must not have got caught by the lights. He's a little late today. He might have made it all the way home without getting caught by the red light, because he usually check in at the light in Texas. But salute to Lonnie Lee, hashtag JBT in the building. Tuesday afternoon, still early in the week. Pro Box week, though. And you know, when I first came on, I went over what we got coming up on the schedule. We got a fight. They got the cards back to back to back to back to back to back to back lined up, man. We're gonna have a beautiful summer. Well, it's spring, leading into the summer as boxing fans, man. Face of boxing. We got the big undisputed heavyweight fight, and if the heavyweight division is undisputed, that is great for boxing, man. Because, you know, all the little guys in the little divisions is making noise in this era, but boxing still goes as the heavyweight division goes. And nothing could happen better for boxing than an undisputed heavyweight champion, man. Okay, take it from me. I've been watching boxing for about 40 years. Bruce Gass will tell you, nothing is better for boxing than an undisputed heavyweight champion. Serious. Okay, John Gully, he only fought for a year, 1807 to 1808. That's John up there. He lost to Hen Pierce, the guy I just talked about, after 6 rounds. That's a short fight for back then, 6 rounds. After Gully brought the former out of debtor's jail so that the two could fight. Okay. Gully was in debtor's jail, and Pierce paid for him to get out so they could fight. And despite losing, Gully was classed as a champion after Pierce's retirement. But they only fought 6 rounds. That's short for them days. So, man, our average fight like 25, 30 rounds back then. I heard of one that went 60 rounds. Yeah. Next is Tom Cribb. Remember, I just told you, I think it was Joe Gass fought 42, broke his arm in the 34th round, fought the last 8 with one arm and won. Because the fight did not end back then until somebody couldn't go on. Okay. Wasn't no rounds or anything. Wasn't no decision. It was just when one of them couldn't continue, then you win. And remember, before Jim Mace, it was winner take all. The loser didn't even get paid. So that was really dangerous. You could kick and gouge each other and all kinds of stuff. So, and you know, you ain't getting paid if you lose. That made it dangerous, man. You know. So Tom Cribb, now he fought 13 years in this sport. 1809 to 1822. He had to be a tough man. 13 years of Bareknuckles Boxing. Now, Tom Cribb was seen by many people as the greatest fighter of his time. He held the title for several years before retiring to run a London pub. Okay. Now, his 2 most famous Bareknuckles fights were against Tom Molyneux. That was in 1811. Molyneux was an ex-slave, and he was a formidable fighter who was the first American to challenge for the title. So he was defeated by Cribb on both occasions. Okay. They had a picture of that, but I should have had a picture of that. Sorry. Him and Tom Molyneux. Next up is Tom Spring. There's Tom. You see, like I say, these guys usually had short careers. That Tom Cribb 13-year career in the sport was an exception to the rule. Okay. Now, Tom Spring, that's Tom on the screen. He only fought 1 year, 1823 to 1824. Okay. Now, Tom Spring, he was a student of Tom Cribb. Just talked about him a minute ago. The guy that fought the 13 years. And he retired after 1 year as a Bareknuckles champion. And he only had 1 loss in that time. Retired as champion with that 1 loss. And after this, we're going to fast forward to the current era of Bareknuckles too. Once we finish this, okay? Next guy, Tom Cannon. Again, he only fought 1 year. Guys didn't have long careers in the sport. It's self-explanatory. Tom Cannon, he claimed the vacant title after Tom Spring's retirement. And a year later, he lost it in an epic battle with Jim Ward. Who's the next guy I'm going to talk about? Here's Jim Ward right there. Ooh, Jim got him up out of there, didn't he? Look at that. Turned him upside down. Jim Ward. Now, he fought 7 years, okay? 7 years. Called himself the Black Diamond. Well, he lost the title to Peter Crawley in 1827. And Crawley retired immediately after the fight. That allowed Ward to retain the status as bare knuckles champion. I don't know why. It should have went vacant. He then toured the USA for a while before he retired in 1832. Now, he lost to the guy, and the guy retired right after the fight, so they gave the title back to him. Shouldn't it have went vacant? I don't know. Must have been related to Mauricio, because Devin lost to Ryan, and Mauricio said he get to keep the title of Mauricio's great-great-grandfather. So, yeah. Mauricio texted Saturday night that Devin is keeping the title since Ryan couldn't win it due to missing weight. I thought it would have went vacant, but Devin is still WBC super lightweight champion. What just happened? Okay, that's William Thompson. That's not William. That's James Burke. Al Booger in the building. What's up, AB? Salute to Al Booger, everybody. And BN Boxing News in the building. What's happening, fellows? Salute to Al Booger and BN Boxing News. It's about bare knuckles today, gentlemen. We're going to talk a little bit about some guys from back then, 19th century. Then we're going to fast forward and talk about the Bare Knuckles Fighting Championship, or BKFC, the most prominent organization from this era. Okay? We'll talk about them and then profile on some of the guys. And if we have time, I'm going to talk about a little history of the BKFC at the end, if we have time. Okay? But that's James Burke. That's the only picture I could find of James right there. Does everybody salute to Al Booger and BN Boxing News? Okay. James Burke, he fought 6 years. That's long for bare knuckles, 6 years. Okay? Especially back then. Because that was before the Queensberry rules and they could kick, gouge each other, excuse me, in the eye, all kind of wrestling moves. Suplex, you might see somebody suplex somebody in there. And it wasn't nothing for somebody out the crowd to jump in the ring and start battling right along with the fighters, okay? And James Burke, he was known for his devastating punch. He was nicknamed the Deaf 10 because he was hearing impaired. He fought Simon Ward for the vacant title, who died because of injuries sustained during their fight. Yeah. Next up is William Thompson. Yeah, that's William Thompson right there. Okay. William Thompson. William fought just 1 year, 1839 to 1840. Okay. He was known as Bendigo. Now he was a shady character from back then, right? And he was a known gangster. And his friends would often intimidate his opponents, right? Now the guy we just talked about, James Burke, after this guy, William Thompson, beat him, he retired, leaving the former champion and Ben Cont both claiming to be the world boxing champion. Yeah, but he was a shady character there. Known gangster. Okay, William Thompson. Yep. Next up is Nick Ward. He fought in 1841 and retired in 1841. Now he was the younger brother of Jim Ward. Okay, let's talk about him. Nick fought both James Burke and Ben Cont. And he beat both of them. Those were two pretty good guys back in that era. Nick beat both of them. Okay. To become the 10th undisputed bare knuckles boxing champion of the 19th century. And here's Ben Cont right here. I'll drop this down a little bit more. Okay. I ain't trying to blast y'all up. Now the guy by the name of Bare Knuckles would have been told me turn it down. Yeah. He would say, sheesh, Cass, turn that music down. Sheesh. There we go. Better. It was loud for me. I know it was loud for y'all. Okay. Who did I say was next? Ben Cont? Yeah. Did I already change it? No. Yeah, Ben Cont. I don't know these guys. I just got them in order, I hope. Yeah, Ben Cont fought 4 years, 1841 to 1845. Old school must be working today. Now, Ben Cont, he was brother of Jim Ward. Okay? And Nick Ward. No. Ben Cont beat Nick Ward in a rematch. I was still reading Nick Ward again. He beat Nick Ward in a rematch to gain the title and was going to lose to the former champion William Thompson, who beat him for the 3rd time to regain the title. After a grueling 93 rounds, you hear that? 93 rounds. Cont was disqualified for going down without getting hit. Afterwards, he retired from the ring. 93 rounds. You don't. He didn't go down without being hit. He probably just fell out. Woo wee. Now William Thompson, he came back out of retirement and fought 5 more years. Remember we just talked about him? And he held the title for 5 years after coming out of retirement. Remember, he called himself Bendigo. He would only defend it once after his opponent, Tom Paddock, was disqualified for hitting him when he was down. After his retirement, he became an evangelist preacher and had the distinction of having a racehorse named after him. I remember that, Bendigo. A town in Australia also took his name, and he was the subject of a poem by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Yeah, Bendigo. Okay, William Perry. Here's William Perry. Wait a minute, I done got out of order. I'm not sure. William Perry fought 1 year. He was known as the Tipton Flasher. He won the vacant title by beating Tom Paddock. Then he lost it a year later to Harry Broome. Both fights were decided on a foul. Yeah, there is Harry Broome. Okay. Harry fought 5 years. Now, he forfeited the bare knuckles title because he refused to give a rematch to William Perry, whom he had beaten on a foul. And they wanted him to rematch the guy. I just talked about that. And Broome wouldn't rematch him, so they took the title from him. Yeah. Just Do Boxing in the building. Salute to Just Do Boxing in the building. Yeah, we're talking about bare knuckles today. Bare Knuckles Boxing today. Okay, I'm trying to turn to the next page. I'm going on the back on a regular basis nowadays. Yeah. It's to the front of the damn page. I'm going on the back. Bear with me for a second. I'm gonna have so many people soon, I ain't gonna be able to write down names no more. But salute to Just Do Boxing, everybody in the building. Now, where was I? I done lost my place. I'm going to hire my 7-year-old granddaughter when school ends, and she's going to sit there beside me and flip my pages and all kinds of stuff. Work my phone for me. That'd be a good job for her for the summer. That's her summer job. Yep, 7 years old. Soon schooling. What is this, April? Another couple months, yeah. Tom Paddock fought 2 years. Yeah, I just did him. He lost the fight on a foul to William Thompson, and they wanted him to give him. Wait a minute. Oh, that was Harry Broom. Excuse me. Tom Paddock fought 2 years. He lost the title to William Thompson and William Perry. Paddock finally achieved his dream. He finally won the title in 1856. Okay. Tom Sayers. Okay. 2 years, 1858 to 1860. He gained the title by beating Tom Paddock. He weighed in at only I don't know what that means. He was a small guy though. So that's what they're saying. So he was used to fighting much heavier men. And after a grueling draw with American John C. Heenan, in which he fought many of the 42 rounds with a badly injured arm, Sayers retired from boxing. His last fight was 42 rounds. Wow. Told you. Fight didn't end until one couldn't continue. I just told you about one that went 93 rounds. Thomas Hill in the building. Salute Thomas Hill. Bare Knuckles today. We're going to finish this shortly and fast forward to the current era. Bare Knuckles Fighting Champion. Thomas Hill, hashtag JBT, that is. The Bare Knuckles Fighting Championship, the premier organization. Bare Knuckles organization up today. Now, these guys here in the 19th century, that's all they had was bare knuckles. Gloves hadn't been invented yet, so I give them a break, pass. But these guys now are crazy because gloves are invented and they still want to do bare knuckles, man. I see them standing out there before the fight at the face-off, eye and jaw and stuff all busted up from the last fight, getting ready to fight like that, man. You have to be a special person to do that. Sam Hurst. I think I'm right. Yeah, Sam Hurst fought 1 year, 1860 to 1861. He was another fighter that beat Tom Paddock in a title fight. However, he lost in his first defense against the great Jim Mace. And we're getting ready to talk about Jim Mace, okay? That was way off base. The great Jim Mace. Well, I know what Jim Mace looks like. There's Jim Mace right there. Yeah, that's Jim Mace. He did a lot for bare knuckles boxing. And he also fought during the early glove era too. Jim Mace did, yeah. Now, his first 1861 to 1862, he was one of the most famous bare knuckle boxers of the 19th century. He toured the world with his boxing booth, taking on all comers. He lost the title to Tom King after initially beating him in their first contest. Okay. And next is Tom King. He's the founder of the bare knuckle guys. Tom King fought 1 year. Told you these guys didn't fight that long. Now, Tom King gained the title after 21 rounds against Jim Mace, the fight I just talked about. And he became the second champion to retire after beating John C. Heenan after a hard-fought 2-round battle. 2 rounds, that's all. That wasn't nothing back then. And Jim Mace again. Now, he came back in 1866. And during that period was when gloves were invented, okay? After originally gaining and losing the title as a bare knuckles fighter, Mace made boxing history by becoming one of the first high-profile fighters to switch to using boxing gloves in the ring after the introduction of the Queensberry rules. After his retirement, he continued to tour with his booth and went on to become a successful boxing promoter, okay? He was one of the first bare knuckles fighters to fight in the glove era. Jim Mace, okay? Now let's fast forward about over 100 years to what is that? About 100? No, about 160 years. Choose the gloved era. Okay. And yeah. But how's everybody doing? I started at 2. I've been on here about 20 minutes and it's 10 after 3. No way, man. Just no way. I don't know where this time gets to. They say when your old time goes fast, but I hear young people talking about how fast time is going, man. This is great. Told y'all they kept going up in that space shuttle and speeded the earth up. But yeah, okay. Let's talk about bare knuckles in the current era. Takes a special kind of person to do that. Okay, let me get that up for you. And this is Pro Box Week. And don't forget that Thursday is what is it? Panel day. Yeah. Told you I was old. I'm gonna drop the panel early in the show, like 3:15, and y'all gonna come up and chop it up. Okay. I need people to come up on the panel and chop it up now. It's gonna be every Thursday. Now next week I might change it to Monday since the fight's still on Saturdays, you know. It makes sense, right? We have it on Monday so we can talk about the fights that just happened. I don't know. But it's Thursday this week. So y'all know. 2 days from now. And Remo came up with a good idea. He wants me to do a show on the top New York born fighters. Yeah. I appreciate it. I need all ideas. That's what I want. Okay. Now let's talk about what is today, the 23rd? Yeah. The guys from this era. Bare knuckles fighters from the current era. And the BKFC, Bare Knuckles Fighting Championship, is about the most famous one. Okay? It's called the Bare Knuckles Fighting Championship, or BKFC. It's an American bare knuckles boxing promotion based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. BKFC is the first promotion to hold an official state-sanctioned and commissioned bare knuckles boxing event in the United States since 1889. Its first event was held in 2018, I was right, with 49 numbered events held as of August of 2023. Yep. Let's talk about it. Only the bold survived to climb up the BKFC ranking, right? Only the bold survived. They're in the bloody, bold arena of BKFC. Speed, power, and resilience are stripped to their purest form, and only the truly brave dare to compete. That is so true. This is a world where every punch counts, every defensive move can mean victory or defeat, and an unwavering spirit can make legends. Yep, the BKFC, man. Here are the top, some of the top fighters. Some of the top pound-for-pound bare-knuckle fighters in BKFC. It's the realm where the gloves are off and courage takes center stage. This ranking stands as a testament to the sheer grit and formidable talent of the athletes who defy the norm and redefine the boundaries of combat sports. From seasoned veterans who monopolize the top ranks to emerging powerhouses making their mark, it's all right here. Okay. Let's talk about some of these guys. Okay, I got about 7 or 8 of them. The first one is Lorenzo Neal. Okay. Yeah, there's Lorenzo. Yeah, that's Lorenzo, I think. Yeah. Wait a minute. Is that Lorenzo? No, that's Lorenzo right there. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, that's Lorenzo. Kind of like the other guy, didn't it? Okay. Lorenzo Neal. Okay. One of the top bare knuckle fighters out there right now. He's a cruiserweight champion and light heavyweight champion, known as the Juggernaut. Okay. His name strongly resonates within the world of bare knuckles boxing. That's a powerhouse from Jacksonville, Florida, proving time and again that he belongs, that he brings heat to the ring with him when he steps in there. Lorenzo originally started in mixed martial arts, okay? And his transition to bare knuckles showcased his versatility and determination. And he plunged into bare knuckles where there's no room for error, and every hit counts. He jumped right in it with zeal. And his journey through bare knuckles has been nothing short of phenomenal. He has power and precision behind his punches, relentless ability to keep pushing forward, and he has a strategic and calculated approach. Has some impressive victories and very respected on the bare knuckles circuit. In 2021, he clinched the cruiserweight title, okay? Now, however, he isn't only known for his fast punches and victorious fights. Outside of the ring, his sportsmanship and respect for his opponents have made him even more commendable. Honest, humble, and fiercely dedicated, Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt is a true embodiment of a champion, showing us that in the face of adversities, perseverance speaks the loudest. Okay. Next guy up is Luis Palomino. There's Luis. Yeah, that was Luis I had up there the first time. Luis Palomino. Okay. Now, Luis is the lightweight and welterweight champion, known as Baboon. That's his nickname, Baboon. Okay. He's a force to be reckoned with in the world of bare knuckles boxing. Peruvian born, okay, he's had an electrifying career. True testament to dedication and perseverance and unyielding spirit. He also came from mixed martial arts originally, and he had an impressive record. Never shied away from a challenge. And he came to bare knuckles just as a new challenge, okay? And his resilience and adaptability have been on full display since his switch. Now, his first title he captured was lightweight, okay? Now, beyond his ferocious fights, his sportsmanship has also been a defining aspect of his career. Always respectful of his opponents. And his journey in bare knuckles has been very inspiring to many, and it's not hard to see why Luis Palomino is a warrior, a survivor, and a fighter in every sense of the word. Luis Palomino. Next guy is this is current bare knuckles fighters. They fight for the BKFC Bare Knuckles Fighting Championship. Arnold Adams is next. There's Arnold Adams. Everybody smashing on the like button. Yeah, it's looking good. Trying to get 30. I got 28 yesterday. Got 22, 8 more likes. Arnold Adams is next. He's a heavyweight, okay? Known as Bomay, not Bomac, Bomay, B-O-M-A-Y-E, okay? Well, from Chicago, Illinois. And his story is a remarkable tale of grit, willpower, and a burning passion for the sport of bare knuckles boxing. He also came from mixed martial arts, had a solid career over there. Decided to come to bare knuckles, same thing the guy before him, for another challenge. for another challenge, okay? Hard-hitting style, tactical game plan just makes him formidable. Now, he has a good chin. His ability to take hits and still come out swinging is a testament to his determination, grit, and unyielding spirit. Has a blend of power and precision, along with his dog tenacity. In 2018, he made history by winning the inaugural heavyweight championship in the Bare Knuckles Fighting Championship, okay? First heavyweight champion. And this historic win firmly established him as a definitive force in the realm of bare knuckles boxing. However, what makes Adams a true champion is not just his devastating right hook or crushing uppercut, but his individuality, his sportsmanship, and his constant striving for self-improvement. Okay, Arnold Adams. Talking about some of the guys from the BKFC, Bare Knuckles Fighting Championship, based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Next is David Mundell. Here's David. Here's David. I was reading the chat a little bit. David Mundell. That's David right there, Mundell. He's a middleweight champion, okay? And ranked number 1 at light heavyweight. His nickname is Redneck. That's what it says, Redneck. From Bartow, Florida, okay? This is his nickname, Redneck. Now, David also came from MMA. Most of these guys came from MMA, okay? You don't see too many former boxers. But what's his name did it? What's his name? It was a junior middleweight. Man, I can't think of it. Oh, man, I can't think of his name. He lost his last fight. Yeah, he came from boxing and went to this. Not doing too bad, neither. Yeah, but Mundell, this guy came from MMA also. Okay? And the raw, visceral combat afforded by bare knuckles boxing, that's what drew him into the sport, okay? And once he got settled in the world of bare knuckles boxing, he has showed no sign of wavering. He's established himself as a force to be reckoned with, demonstrating his mastery of technique and unyielding spirit inside the ring, swift footwork and precise punching, and he has a ferocious fighting style. David Redneck Mundell's path in bare knuckles boxing has not always been smooth, but his ability to adapt and learn from every experience sets him apart, okay? Has a never say die attitude. In a sport where every fight requires resilience, Mundell continues to display strength, inner fortitude, and an unwavering commitment to his craft, okay? Throughout his bare knuckles career, David Mundell has shown the world that beneath the extreme physicality of the sport lies determination, a love for fighting, and an indomitable spirit that propels athletes to constantly push their limits. Yeah. Okay, Reggie Barnett Jr. is next. Reggie Barnett Jr. I hope everybody's enjoying the show. I'm enjoying bringing it to you. Miss Joette in the building. Salute, Miss Joette. Miss Cass never paying attention. She likes her to Miss Joette, though. Miss Cass, you on here? Here's your buddy. I think she's doing something else. But salute, Miss Joette. Always a pleasure to see Miss Joette in the building. Okay. Big time JBT member. Staunch supporter of Cass Sports. Appreciate Miss Joette. Salute. Okay. Now we're talking about what are we talking about now? Reggie Barnett. Is that him? Yeah, that's Reggie Barnett. Yeah. Miss Joette says, good afternoon, Cass and Mrs. Cass. Just sliding through to say hi and hit the like button. Hope y'all enjoying your day. Yes, Miss Joette. I hope you're having a good one too. Appreciate you. Okay. Reggie Barnett. He's ranked number 1 at bantamweight. His nickname is Educated Hands. Wow. That name commands immense respect on the Bareknuckles Boxing circuit, right? Now, Reggie is from Chesapeake, Virginia. And his rise in the fighting world is a testament to his relentless dedication, skill, and disciplined strategy. From Chesapeake, Virginia, okay. He also came from MMA, right? Professional MMA career. He decided to come into Bareknuckles for a new challenge, okay? His journey to Bareknuckles Boxing has been highlighted by some impressive performances. He brings a unique combination of aggression, balance with well-executed strategy, lending credibility to his moniker, Educated Hands, right? That's his nickname. In 2019, Educated Hands made it to the final match of the inaugural lightweight tournament of the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Lost in the championship match, okay? That was a significant highlight of his career, making it that deep into the tournament. And that accomplishment further cemented his position as a front runner in the sport, okay? Reggie Educated Hands, what's his name? Reggie Educated Hands Barnett Jr. Next is Mike Perry. I was trying to bring his picture up. Refrigerator Perry came up. Y'all remember Refrigerator Perry? Yeah. Aunt McQueen in the building. What's up, Aunt? We're talking about Bareknuckles today. We did a little something on the guys from the 19th century, the old guys, and then now we're talking about some guys from the BKFC, the premier organization in today's Bareknuckles Fighting Championship, or BKFC. Salute to Aunt McQueen from Casual's Corner. He's just sliding through. Don't forget, Aunt, Thursday is panel day now. The panel will be up for the majority of the show. Need people to come chop it up Thursday. Okay. Thomas Hill. Don't forget. What was the guy's name that went from boxing to Bareknuckles? He was the junior middleweight. He lost his last fight. I can't think of his name, but he was a real famous boxer. But Mike Perry. I told you I pulled Mike up, trying to pull Mike up. Refrigerator Perry came up, the football player. His nickname is Platinum. Platinum Mike Perry. Okay. He's well known for his power, relentlessness, and a successfully transition from mixed martial arts to Bareknuckles. All these guys come from mixed martial arts. And he's one of the sport's most unique personalities. Now, like I said, not too many come from boxing, but this one guy did. I can't think of his name. Now, Mike Perry is from Flint, Michigan, same place the Quote is from. He was drawn to the world of combat sports at an early age. Okay? Very early age. There's 2 more to go. Okay? Eventually making fighting his professional career. Now, like I said, he began with MMA, where he showcased his aggressive style and ability to satisfy the fan demand for exciting action. In the UFC, he had a record of 14 wins and 8 losses. Okay? And his intense fights placed him against some of the top contenders in the welterweight division, reinforcing his reputation as an eager and dogged combatant. Now, his move to the Bareknuckles world signaled his desire for new challenges, okay? And it demonstrates his versatile fighting prowess. In the bloody arena of Bareknuckles, Perry has again proved his resilience and adaptability. Yeah. He's undeterred by the brutal, raw nature of the sport. Plunged head first into it when he first came over. And been very successful with it too. Now, despite the inherent differences between MMA and Bareknuckles, Perry has seamlessly integrated his skill set into both fields. Okay. And as he delves deeper into his bare knuckles career, fans wait and watch for Platinum Mike Perry's next match. That was Platinum Mike Perry. 2 more to go. Okay. Next fighter will be Jim Mace. Oh, I'm on the oldest. I'm sorry. Not Jim Mace. Alan Belcher. Alan Belcher. There's Alan. Alan is a tough man. Okay. He's the number 2 ranked heavyweight, Alan Belcher is. Respected in both mixed martial arts and bare knuckle. Okay. Alan is from Jonesboro, Arkansas. And his journey is an awe-inspiring tale of courage, resilience, and undying passion for combat sports. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna look at a little history of this BKFC once I finish this too. Okay. I did this first because I didn't know if I was gonna have time. I wanted to get the profiles and yeah. Now, like I said, he initially etched out a successful career in the UFC. Okay. He was renowned for his aggressive style and versatile skill set. But his true calling came from bare knuckle. Okay. A sport with unparalleled intensity and rawness. Say that again. Now, bare knuckles requires a different set of rules and tactics. Yet Alan took to it like a fish took to water, right? His transition was seamless, and he quickly began to thrive in bare knuckle, displaying the same tenacity and skill set that earned him fans in the previous endeavors, okay? And he hadn't been in bare knuckles that long, but he has already demonstrated his firepower. He has power-packed punches, great footwork, and the ability to absorb and deliver heavy hits makes his matches exciting and unpredictable. Now, what truly sets Alan Belcher apart isn't just his hard-hitting approach or his dexterity in the ring. It's his boxer's heart. His love for the sport, unwavering dedication, and total commitment elevate him as an athlete. His persona exemplifies the essence of bare knuckles boxing. Raw, intense, and filled with admirable resilience. And this is the final one, is Houston Alexander. Okay. Here's Houston Alexander. Baldy. Okay. He's ranked number 1 at cruiserweight. Houston is. Okay. Calls himself the Assassin. Houston, the Assassin, Alexander. Notable figure in the bare knuckles boxing domain. He's from East St. Louis, Illinois. I get ready to say he was from out there where it's Showtime, but Showtime is St. Louis, Missouri. The Assassin is from St. Louis, Illinois. Okay. East St. Louis. Now he's known for his explosive fighting style and an indomitable spirit. He refuses to back down, okay? Of course, he came from MMA, UFC, right? And he established himself as a fierce competitor over there. I can't think of this guy's name, man. I think it started with a J. He was a junior middleweight. He came from boxing to this. Was it Israel Madrigal? Yeah? Is that what you're saying? Oh, that's who you're watching fight. Okay. Jarrett. What's the guy named Jarrett something? At junior middleweight used to be? Okay, let's continue. I ain't gonna get it. Tell as soon as I go off. Now, as a bare knuckles boxing, Houston Alexander quickly, as a bare knuckles boxer, Alexander quickly proved he wasn't there to make up the numbers, but to challenge and conquer. His powerful strikes combined with intimidating speed rendered him a daunting adversary in the ring. His strategic execution and perseverance cemented him as a respected name within the sport. Called himself the Assassin, remember? Now, he's had his share of highs and lows, but his resilience has always shown through. Even in adversity, his determination remains unaltered. His charismatic presence inside the ring and his sportsmanship attitude outside it have continuously resonated with his fans. Houston Alexander's journey underscores the spirit of bare-knuckle boxing. Raw, thrilling, intense, and testament of one's grit. His career in the sport demonstrates that at its core, bare-knuckles boxing isn't just about the physical brawl, but also about mental toughness, strategizing, and the willpower to never give up, no doubt. Now, let's look at a little history of it since we got a little time. Of the BKFC, because this is the premier organization in bare knuckles, okay? Today, the BKFC. This is a big one. They out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Remember? BKFC, yeah. I can find it. Find it easy in the mornings when I'm looking at things, but then when it comes time to talk to the people, I can't ever find it, but there it is. BKFC, Bare Knuckles Fighting Championship. That's a little brief history of it since we got some time. Now, it was founded in April 2018, right? Presided over former professional boxer, American professional boxer, David Feldman. Okay? Now, after he received approval to hold a sanctioned event in Cheyenne, Wyoming, BKFC held its first state-sanctioned bare-knuckles boxing event in the United States since 1889. Wow. Now, each fight takes place in a specialized circular four-rope ring referred to as the squared circle. And they number their events, okay? And BKFC 1, the first event, took place on June 2nd, 2018. And it featured the first American-sanctioned women's bare-knuckle fight in modern history. Because remember back there when I was, all the guys I talked about from the 19th century, you didn't hear not one woman, because women, weren't allowed in boxing back then. Okay? It was against the law. It just was, yeah. Women couldn't even vote, remember? Now, the Bare Knuckle Boxing Hall of Fame recognized this milestone and awarded the victor of this contest, Beck Rawlings, that's a woman's fight, with the National Police Gazette World Diamond Belt 7 days after her victory. Now, BKFC recognizes the Police Gazette champions, and they may defend their titles within this promotion, okay? Now, at the third one, BKFC 3, Arnold Adams, I talked about him, remember? He defeated Sam Shoemaker in the finals of an 8-man tournament to be crowned as the inaugural BKFC heavyweight champion. Remember, I told you about that when I was doing a profile on Arnold just moments ago, remember? This was BKFC 3, he won the inaugural heavyweight title. This same event also hosted the quarterfinals of a tournament to crown a lightweight champion in February 2019. That was the one where the guy came in second. Now, former UFC light heavyweight title contender Anthony Johnson announced that he will be joining the company in an administrative role. Okay. Now, they also have BKFC Thailand, BKFC Asia. Wow. In October 2021, Nick Chapman established Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship Thailand, the officially licensed branch of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship in Asia, okay? BKFC Thailand held its inaugural event on December 18th, 2021, titled BKFC Thailand 1, called The Game Changer. The event featured big names like former two-division WBC boxing champion Chirimanko Singmanasai and Muay Thai fighter Singsamat Klimi. As the organization continued to expand, BKFC Thailand underwent a rebranding to BKFC Asia on November 14th, 2022. Continue to expand. Now, despite the name change, events hosted in Thailand retained the BKFC Thailand designation to maintain regional recognition. The Thriller acquisition. On February 24th, 2022, David Feldman, he's the one in charge of BKFC, he announced that Thriller Net had acquired a majority stake of BKFC while not disclosing the value of the deal percentage of the stake. Then they had their first double champion. Remember, I talked about Luis Palomino. On June 24th, 2022, BKFC lightweight champion Luis Palomino won the welterweight championship to become the first double champion in BKFC history. Now, they also have a branch in the UK, BKFC UK. Okay. In September 2022, it was announced by David Feldman that BKFC had acquired the UK-based Bareknuckles Boxing Association. I remember that. Forming Bareknuckles Fighting Championship United Kingdom of BKFC UK. Okay. Now, the death of Justin Thompson. On August 20th, 2021, BKFC was involved in controversy after the death of boxer Justin Thornton, not Thompson. After the death of boxer Justin Thornton at BKFC 20, the 20th event. Justin Thornton died as a result of spinal injuries suffered during his BKFC debut fight while his first fight in the BKFC. Wow. Thornton had been on a 5-fight losing streak ahead of the fight. It just said BKFC. Now it says he was on a 5-fight losing streak ahead of the fight. But the matchmaking and regulations were criticized following the news on social media and by UFC president Dana White. Dana White always getting in somebody else's business instead of just worrying about UFC. And BKFC also has a prospect series. In 2023, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship announced the launch of the BKFC Prospect Series. Fighters on the Prospect Series will compete in front of BKFC President David Feldman for a chance at a contract with BKFC. That's probably where this guy that died should have been at, but that was formed after that. That might have been the reason that they formed that BKFC Prospect, because that happened like a year after the death. Okay? Probably has something to do with it. Now, the series is similar in format to Dana White's Contender Series or the PFL Challenge Series in mixed martial arts. Competitors in the Prospect Series include previous participants at BKFC Open Trials, as well as athletes with backgrounds in boxing. That name is coming to me. Hear it so. Muay Thai, boxers with backgrounds in boxing, Muay Thai, and mixed martial arts. The first edition of the BKFC Prospect Series premiered on August 24th, 2023 in Miami, with 6 contracts being awarded. Okay, so it worked. Now, their broadcasting partner. Okay. Initially, BKFC pay-per-view fights were carried worldwide via Fight TV. On July 24th, 2020, it was announced that starting in August, The Zone will be streaming BKFC events. In February 2023, Fight announced to include all events to its Fight Plus subscription service. Okay. Now, let's talk about the squared circle that they hold their fights in. BKFC holds all fights in a circular four-rope ring, referred to as the squared circle. This ring incorporates elements of historical bare knuckles fighting by containing two scratch lines, 3 feet apart, in the middle of the ring. These scratch lines are based on the Broughton rules, which governed bare knuckle fighting in the 19th century, what we just talked about, that period. It is a requirement that each fighter must start each round with their front foot on their scratch line. This is referred to as toes aligned. Okay? It is an instruction given to the fighters at the beginning of each round, followed by knuckle up, which signals the beginning of the round. Knuckle up. Now let's look at their weight classes they have, okay? They have heavyweight, which is unlimited. Cruiserweight is 205-pound limit. Light heavyweight is 185, okay? They have middleweight, which is 175. Then they go to welterweight, which is 165. Lightweight is 155. Featherweight is 145. Bantamweight is 135, a little higher than boxing. Not a little, a lot higher than boxing. Flyweight is 125. They even got strawweight, 115. They're current champions. Look at the current, because this is what we're gonna do for boxing tomorrow. Champions and the rankings tomorrow. That's what we're doing. So let's look at BKC's current champions. Heavyweight is this is as of December 2023. No. This is since then. He's been champion since then. Is Mick Terrell. Okay. Cruiserweight is I just said him. Lorenzo Hunt. Remember we did a profile on him. He's cruiserweight and light heavyweight champion, Lorenzo Hunt. Middleweight, talked about him. David Mundell. I got the name. The guy from boxing is right here. Dun, 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 dun. Drum roll. Austin Trout. Austin Trout was the name I was looking for. He's the famous boxer that went to BKFC. Remember, I spent the whole show looking for it, and they gave it to me. He's actually the welterweight champion in bare knuckles. Austin Trout. Yep, Austin Trout. That's who I was looking for, everybody. It's Austin Trout. Got it. The lightweight champion, he's actually the welterweight champion. It's Luis Palomino. Yeah, I told you that. He was in the profile. Featherweight is Kai Stewart. Bantamweight is Keith Richardson. Flyweight is John Dodson. And women's flyweight is Christine Ferreira. Women's strawweight is Britton Hart. Okay. Those are the current champions for BKFC. Okay. What else do we have here? Tournament winners records. Yeah, that's the BKFC. And tomorrow we will have we're gonna do I haven't did it in a while. The rankings. The champions and the rankings of all the divisions. In men's boxing. I did the women last week, remember? I do it every 6 months, 6 to 8 months. So tomorrow is time. And remember, Thursday is what is Thursday? Oh, panel day. Yeah, I'm gonna drop the link early in the show and everybody can come up. And we'll talk for almost the whole show. Thursday is panel day. Friday is profile day. It's Marvelous Marvin Hagler because we're in the middle of the Four Kings. One left after Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard. remember. And yeah, and a big week next week. Always a big week around here on Cast Sports. And we got some big fights lined up, you know. Not this Saturday. Next Saturday is Canelo. And then 2 weeks from today is the Monster, right? It's the Monster. And then I think a couple of weeks after Canelo is May 6th, 13th. Is the big heavyweight undisputed, right? Then the month that we got a lot of big fights coming up. Roman Cambosos is next month. We got Tank and Frank White. Frank Martin is the same day as Subriel Matias and Liam Perry. Both of those fights are the same day. Wow. It's gonna be crazy. But Liam Perry is on who is it? Subriel Matias and Liam Perry are both on the Zone, and Frank and Tank is on Tank and Frank is on the Amazon Prime pay-per-view. But the same, why did they make those the same day? Those are two big fights, man. Yeah. Should put one of them on a Friday or something. Wouldn't that have been better? I don't know. Yeah. But we got them lined up. The fights are lined up and coming. Ain't even summertime yet. And like I was saying at the beginning, man, heavyweight undisputed is great for boxing. Just, you know, like I was saying, the lower weight classes are making a lot of noise nowadays, but the main thing is still a heavyweight. And as heavyweight goes, boxing goes, and heavyweight is going. We get undisputed. Now they got a rematch clause both ways, but we could get a trilogy because if it end up 1-1 the first two, the Saudi Arabians, they letting them walk away with that. They're gonna throw some. They're gonna get the trilogy out of that. Man. They're gonna get the trilogy. You can count on that. We will get a third fight if both of them win. If it's 1-1 after two, we're gonna get a trilogy, and that will be something. A heavyweight trilogy, man. That would be beautiful. And it's supposed to be a good card. But on the schedule, they only put the main event. That was ESPN. They usually put all of them. I don't know why they did that. Anybody seen any Devin Haney fans? I've been going through these chats in the mornings. A whole lot of names done disappeared. They done left the building. You know, he's got some good fans. But those fans there are a lot of the kind of fans he had, man. They're former Devin Haney fans. As soon as he lose, too many people put too much emphasis on that. Oh, one loss. Devin can bounce back big. All they got, like Ace said earlier, all he have to do is get a big name back on his record. Like Ace said, T.O. Somebody like that, he right back in the mix, man. Right back in it. A loss might be good for him. Like Ace said, like that. A loss might be good for him. You know what I'm saying? There's BN Boxing News. He says I'm right here, sir. Oh no, not you, BN. You're a good one. I'm talking about those phony ones, man. A lot of phony ones, you know, have left the building. I'm saying the good names, they're true boxing fans. I'm talking about the ones that's fans of fighters. You're a fan of the sport, BN Boxing News. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about those fans that are fans of a fighter, not fans of boxing. They done disappeared, right? But people like you, BN Boxing News, that's fans of boxing, sure, are still around. Yeah, you know, true boxing fans. Yeah, but them ones that all they think about is a O and all that kind of stuff, they are bad for boxing. Every fighter have fans like that. Tank got them. Shakur got it. Everybody got fans like that, you know. As soon as that O go, they go. But the true ones like you be in boxing news are still around. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. Those fair weather fans are gone. Left the building. You know? Yeah, you know what I mean, being boxing news? Yeah, the fair weather fans have left the building. A lot of names I was seeing all the time talking a bunch of trash, talking crazy. You don't see them no more, you know? Yeah, that's all. But all fighters have fans like that. And once a fighter takes one loss, they disappear. But David is what, 25 years old? He can bounce back, you know? What is he, like 29-1? That's still a good record, you know? He's almost, I don't know what his record is, but it's close to 30-1. It's still an excellent record. Ryan got a loss. Look how he bounced back. See? One good win over a good name, you're right back in the mix. You know, career ain't over, especially when you're only 25 years old. You know what I mean? Yeah, the man is young. Young fighter. A loss might be the best thing that happened to him. You know? Sometimes it is. Now, Tio, he's fighting somebody named Steve Clackett. Who is that? Ain't it Steve Clackett? Never heard of him. Never heard of him. Steve Clackett. After that big, impressive win over Josh Taylor, now he's fighting Steve Clackett. Come on, Tio. What's up with that? I never heard of Steve Clackett. I don't know, was he Southpaw Orthodox? Wasn't that, is he American? Mexican? What is he? Sound American. Or from the UK somewhere with a name like Steve Clackett. He's an American or from the UK. Yeah, I don't think too many Mexicans named or agents named Steve Clackett. I'm gonna pull him up when I get off. I'm gonna find out who Steve Clackett is. Tio's fighting. That'd be a good name for Devin. Like Ace said, Steve Clackett. Good bounce back. Put that on his resume. Yeah, that'd be an excellent bounce back fight. He'd be right back in the mix. But he will be. He's a good fighter. You know, I can't see no reason why he won't bounce back with a big win. Because he's going to have that incentive now. Somebody might be in trouble. Whoever his next opponent is. I'm serious. Somebody might be in trouble. But let's get ready to get out of here. I am going to. Who was in the building today? Let's see. Oh, this gas is mighty loud out there. Thomas Hill, hashtag JBT. Just Do Boxing. BN Boxing News. Al Booger. Lonnie Lee, hashtag JBT. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Ray Patterson. JBT Network, hashtag JBT. Remo, hashtag Let's Talk Faster, hashtag JBT. Oh, shit. Remo? God damn, today is Tuesday. Oh, my goodness. We missed the hashtag Let's Talk Faster preview. God damn. The hashtag Let's Talk Faster tomorrow at 10:30, y'all. 10 o'clock a.m. Damn. We used to do a preview on Tuesday. Why didn't you put it in the chat, Remo? God damn it. Oh, man. Okay. Remo, hashtag Let's Talk Faster, hashtag JBT. BVO Boxing TV. Mike Rim, Ace, Mike Masick. Now I'm just running my mouth. 445. Ben 345 came and went. Mike Masick, Jory Franks, hashtag JBT. Showtime the Guy, PASS. The Boxing Menu Podcast Plus, and Miscast, hashtag JBT. Okay. Yes, this is Tuesday. Remo, hashtag Let's Talk Faster. This tomorrow at 10 a.m. And that's it. Where's the volume at? Damn. That kind of messed me up there, man. Remo didn't even say nothing. 4:45, I'm just running my mouth. Damn. Shit, too late now. 3:57. Okay. But don't forget, hashtag Let's Talk Faster tomorrow at 10 a.m. Another fire episode. Everybody have a great day. Cast Sports.